Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. Oh. Ow. Oh man. This must be carpal tunnel. I think I'm gonna Google it. Actually, it's carpal tunnel syndrome. You'll hear people say they've got those carpal tunnels, but it's kind of like that sciatic nerve. Everybody has carpal tunnels, but carpal tunnel syndrome is actually when you have some pain, that pressure in there. A lot of people get it from working on the computer a long time. And so these are gonna be some stretches to stretch it out and hopefully get you feeling better. Disclaimer alert though, lots of times when people have the wrist pain, the numbness and tingling in their fingers and their hands, it's actually coming from their neck. It's not carpal tunnel syndrome. So it's very important to go get a true diagnosis from your doctor or your therapist. So let's move along from there. The first stretch that I'm going to show you is just kind of a warm up. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your arm straight out. You're going to have your hand in a fist position and you're just going to move it up and down. So just a little pause at the end range there, and then coming back up, a little pause at the end range there. When you go up this way, you should feel the stretch underneath your wrist and arm here, and when you go down, you should feel the stretch up on top. Now, if you go down, you want to curl your fingers in. That's what gives you the most stretch. If that's painful, you can relax your fingers a little bit and stretch down this way. Same thing going up. If you go up this way with your fingers curled, that's not as much of a stretch. And so if you open up your hand, if you open up your hand with your fingers up, that's going to give you an extra stretch through here. So same kind of thing, just a little pause at the top, and then curl your fingers and go down. The next kind of stretch warm up is turning your fist up. You can have your thumb on top on the outside for a little less of a stretch. You're going to go down this way, you're going to feel the stretch on top, and then you're going to come back up, you're going to feel the stretch on the bottom. Now, if you want a little more stretch, if that's not giving you enough stretch, tuck your thumb inside. So you're holding that thumb underneath, and you're going to go down, feeling that stretch on the top, and then go up, feeling the stretch on the bottom there. So just about, 10 or 15 times each way, going up and down, and then tucking that thumb in and go back and forth. Now we're going to move into an actual stretch with some overpressure. So if those were easy, you weren't quite feeling the stretch, we're going to add some extra pressure in there to give you more of a stretch. So you want your arm still straight out, you want that elbow locked, you're going to bring your hand up, those fingers are straight, you're going to take your other hand and put some pressure on it. So you're just pushing out. Now this time you're actually going to hold it for 30 seconds, and you're going to do the 30 seconds and you're going to do it 3 times each. And after you do the 30 seconds there, then you're going to bring it down, you curl those fingers under, and you give yourself some pressure there. So same thing down that way, 3 times for 30 seconds. So again, just going up, hand almost into a stop sign, extra pressure, and then curling it down, curling those fingers in, extra pressure. Now the next one is when you want to use both hands. You can use both hands. This is called the prayer stretch, just like it sounds. You want to bring your hands together. You want to have your elbows out. Some people might only be able to get to here, and they're going to feel the stretch. You want to feel the stretch under both of the hands right here through that carpal tunnel. And so you're going to pop those elbows out, but if you can, bring all the way down to here, and you want to hold it for 30 seconds for 3 times. Now the last stretch I'm going to show you is going to be a big stretch, and we're going to do it up against the wall. So let's get on up there and I'll show you this one. Alright, so using the wall is the next step up from the overpressure with your hand. So you're basically using the wall as your hand to give you that extra overpressure. So it's the same thing. You want to keep your elbow straight and locked out, the whole arm straight, and you're going to try and get as much bend in your wrist as you can. You can push into it a little bit to straighten out that hand, but you want to hold it for 30 seconds for 3 times each. Now, if this one still doesn't feel like it's giving you as much of a stretch, turn your hand upside down. This is going to be the step up. This is going to be the biggest stretch. And so same kind of thing. You want your arm to be straight. You're going to feel the stretch all the way up through here. Your fingers are pointed down, and you're going to stretch it for 30 seconds, 3 times. All right, so there you have it. Those are some stretches for your wrist for possible carpal tunnel syndrome. So if you liked it, please go hit the like button, leave us some comments, and oh my goodness, look at this website, AskDoctorJo.com. That looks awesome.